all done with centers. We have to start on the edges. You can hold this however you want. Any way at all. Okay, so now that you're holding it in the way you'd like to hold it, with, I'd say with black on the bottom, I'm going to look around to see if any centers are done. What this means is, here's an example. If two of these little edges are paired together, see, yellow and orange is paired with another yellow and orange. There are no more yellow and oranges in this block. With a 5 by 5, there's 3 to pair up, but let's not get into that harder stuff. What you need to do is pair edges. We already have one, so I'm going to put that on the top layer. So now this is my bottom. The way to pair up edges, and you need to look around. I'm going to start with this green and black edge. I'm going to look for another green and black edge. Here it is. Now I'm going to see if I move this top layer, these get paired up. Opposite colors, green and black. You see, they're not black and black or green and green. They're the same edges, but opposite. Which means you can either go like that to pair them, or go like that to pair them. When you pair edges, I'm going to pair it this way. What I have to do now is I have to bring it to the top layer, move it over, bring this back down, and move this over. Now I have this completed edge on top. But here's the thing. I will show you the complete algorithm for this too. U star, L prime, U prime, L, U prime star. And if you can see, it also just created another edge for me. When you have a created edge already ready, you can place it up without disturbing one on top. You put the one on top right beside it like this, adjacent. And you make sure there's a free space right here. And you do the algorithm R, U, R prime. And that places it up. We already have 3 edges up here. We only have room for 1 left. I know I've already only shown you 1 edge, but simply do this. Look around for another edge. Okay, I'll pick this one. I don't see any more edges that are the same on this layer. So I'll pick, let's pick for green and red. Green and red edge right here. And the green and red edge is on the top. I'm going to bring it down, simply. But I see a problem here. The colors are the same. Just like this. That's going to be a problem. If we try to pair them, it ain't going to work out. So what we need to do here is we need to separate them. Now, since we have a free space up here where there's no paired edges right here, I can simply do a 180-degree turn. And now they're over completely opposite like this, but they're opposite colors. So I can just do the U star twice and pair them up, or B star twice, like that. So I'm going to do U star twice and place it in by putting these edges over here to preserve them. Then I'm going to place the edge in and then bring this back up. The last step for edges, well, the second to last step, is if after you finish the top layer, which means all the edges on the top layer are done, so there's no more space to put them in. Simply flip it over, and you have 4 more free spaces. Now what you need, I'm going to tell you, is if you flip this, see how these are same color, same edges, but they're across from each other? You can't just do this, because that'll mess up one of your edges down here. So I'm going to teach you an algorithm to simply pair these up. The algorithm is lowercase d, r, f prime, u, r prime, f, d prime star. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I'll put it in the description though. Okay, and as you can see, that paired it up. But you can also see that it stole one of my edges from down here. Simply just do a F2 to bring that back down. And now let's bring this edge up to preserve it. We don't have to worry about anything because it's not up. There's nothing else up there. Simply keep doing this. Now I see that if you see that there's no more in this layer, simply bring one down and then pair them up and then bring this edge back down to the bottom. Then you can keep doing this until the top layer is filled. Now you can see that I just disturbed one, so I'm going to bring it back down. And when you only have one more spot on the top, you just fill that up. And now, this is where things get tricky. You have no more spaces on top or the bottom. But you see, in the back, we have 2 free spaces right here. So let's find one that we can do. If you find something like this, where they're the same color, like this, you just move around, and there we go. So let's bring the 2 back pieces up, like this. Now we have 2 already done spaces in the back right here that we can't move, but we have 2 free spaces on the top and bottom. Let's pair the ones on the front up and place it into that free spot. And now we have another one to place down here. And there we go. This is the last step of pairing centers. Let's say you find a case like this. If you move this top layer, you have no more places to place them. If you move this top layer over, you see that they pair up. But there's no places to put them. And you see that if you move this layer the other way, it pairs these up. This is the last 2 edges. And neither of those will work. What you need to do is you need to move this to the side and do this algorithm. It's basically the algorithm for pairing edges, but without the D's. And you do R, F prime, U, R prime, F. Simply do that. Then they will be across from each other with the same colors, just like this. Then you do the simple edge pairing algorithm. D star, R, F prime, U, R prime, F, D star prime. There we go. That's the end of the edge pairing.